15 weird things that happen when you're falling in love. We sing about it, write about it, and watch movies about it, but when you think about it, falling in love is insane, if not strange. It causes us to feel and act in ways that we would not normally do under normal conditions. In reality, scientists have defined what it means to fall in love. Researchers discovered that an in-love brain differs greatly from one feeling ordinary lust, as well as from the brain of someone in a long-term, committed relationship. In fact, scientists have shown that love has a comparable effect on the brain as cocaine addiction. Not only that, but it has a psychological and behavioral impact on us. Here are 15 strange sensations you may feel when you fall in love. 1. You feel giddy. The butterflies you're experiencing are part of the euphoria that comes with falling in love. You've fallen in love with your partner, think he's great, and want to be with him all the time. He most likely feels the same way. According to researcher Donatella Mariziti of the University of Pisa, as cited in Deborah Kashaba's article, The Early Stages of Falling in Love, in Psychology Today, all of this bliss is a combination of emotions and chemistry. When two people are attracted to each other, their bodies release adrenaline and phenylethylamine, a substance found in chocolate. These chemicals send your emotions into overdrive. Serotonin, another neurotransmitter, is reduced when people fall in love. According to Mariziti, the reduced serotonin levels allow both of you to feel good and obsess about your partner and continually look back on the amorous times spent with him or her. 2. You do embarrassing things. Have you ever heard the cheesy stories about guys throwing pebbles at a girl's window and playing her tunes on their guitar back in the day? That was then, but now there are movies all over YouTube of men proposing to their fiancés with elaborate flash mobs in front of hundreds of people. When you fall in love with someone, you will do practically everything to make him or her happy, regardless of what other people think. 3. Your thinking patterns change. The person you're in love with is continuously on your mind. You overfill your coffee cup because you're thinking about them, and your eyes glaze over in class or at a business meeting because you're trying to figure out what to do next. You miss a deadline because you were too preoccupied with how they looked the last time you saw them. Concentrate on your tasks. Seriously, they consume your every waking thought and may even prevent you from getting a good night's sleep. 4. You feel exhausted. Falling in love isn't all exciting. Men's and women's testosterone levels vary when they fall in love. Women have higher levels of testosterone than men. According to Mariziti, increasing testosterone in women makes her more sexual and aggressive, but decreased testosterone in males allows him to be more emotional and receptive. All of this hormonal activity can be exhausting, and many couples want this stage to be finished so they can sleep. 5. You smile when you're alone. We've all seen them, the texters who smile. Smile texting is the epitome of what happens when you're in love. Even when you're not physically with that specific person, you have a strange, giddy sense of happiness. You might grin when he or she texts you, hears certain music, sees a picture on Facebook, or simply thinks of that person. Little things like that, in general, will make you grin more than normal since you are so blissfully in love because of all those happy hormones flowing through your bloodstream. People may stare at you strangely and wonder why you're so joyful, but you don't care. 6. You sweat more. You've turned on the air conditioner to the max. You've been chewing on some ice cubes. You've been taking showers for so long that your mother is knocking on the bathroom door. Yet, no matter what you do, you can't get rid of the irritating problem of perspiration. Because of your super sweaty mitts, touching hands with your new love is a risky thing. When people fall in love, their brains and adrenal glands release more norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter. A surge of norepinephrine generates irrational feelings of love and might also cause you to sweat more. 7. Emotional instability. As is widely known, falling in love is frequently associated with emotional and bodily instability. When your relationship suffers even the slightest setback, you experience exhilaration, euphoria, increased energy, sleeplessness, loss of appetite, shaking, a racing heart, and faster respiration, as well as anxiety, panic, and thoughts of despair. These mood fluctuations are similar to drug users' behavior. When people who are in love are given photographs of their loved ones, the same areas of the brain that are activated when a drug addict takes a hit are activated. According to studies, falling in love is a sort of addiction. 8. You're getting obsessed. I'm curious about what she's doing right now. I'm curious if she's willing to watch this movie. She enjoys action movies, which is unusual for a girl. But I'm not sure who her favorite actor is. I'll have to ask again. Or perhaps I should ask now. If she texts me later, I'll ask it. Oh, there's a bag of chocolates. She loves chocolates, but just with cashew. People who are in love like thinking about each other. They are able to relate even the most insignificant details to the person they love. If your life is the universe, your love is most likely the sun, and everything revolves around it. 9. You can't eat. Your sweetheart has invited you out to dinner, but when the food arrives, you can't eat a morsel. In fact, your date is causing you to salivate far more than the food on the menu. When you fall in love, your hunger decreases due to an increase in phenylethylamine, which, coupled with norepinephrine, causes you to find food less appealing. Because these two brain chemicals also allow people to focus on targets, it's no surprise that when you fall in love, your other half becomes the center of your world. 10. You feel disorganized. Before you fell in love, you may have had plenty of time to spend with friends, study, or work. Your timetable now appears to be strained to its limit. Mariziti refers to this as the endangered stage of a relationship, since the euphoria might cause you to feel disorganized and nervous, jeopardizing your regular sense of well-being. Adding romance to your already hectic schedule may make you feel as if you don't have enough time in the day. 11. You feel confused. When you fall in love, especially for the first time, you may be confused. Unlike feeling out of your mind, this type of disorientation includes uncertainty about what is happening or whether it is real. If you've never been in love, you might be puzzled by the new feelings that come with it. Furthermore, you may be confused about what your spouse wants from you or whether he is experiencing the same emotions you are. 12. You do things outside of your comfort zone. Similarly, falling in love will cause you to do things you would never have imagined doing before. Boys, that may mean going to a yoga class or getting a manicure with your girlfriend. Girls, that could mean 2 hours of sports center or a couple of games of FIFA. Of course, performing these things can introduce you to new hobbies that you might enjoy. It's also a wonderful way to bond with the one you love. 13. You suddenly care more about your appearance. You could have rolled out of bed and thrown on some athletic shorts and a t-shirt before, but now you have a purpose to look beautiful. You might comb your hair more frequently, double-check that you didn't forget deodorant, shave more precisely, and go to the gym instead of falling asleep on your couch after work. 14. Pain isn't as painful. They say that love hurts, but studies show that it actually makes things hurt a lot less. Stanford University researchers collected 15 college students, all of whom claimed to be truly in love with someone, and placed a hot probe in their palms. They then assessed their individuals' pain responses by having them gaze at an image of an acquaintance, followed by a picture of a loved one. Looking at a photo of their one true love reduced moderate pain by up to 40%, while severe pain was reduced by up to 15%, according to the findings. 15. You go blind. Love, as the old adage goes, is blind. When you're in love, everything your partner does and says is fascinating and fantastic. Every word he or she speaks and every action he or she makes is wonderful. Love blinds you to flaws and mistakes, and even when you do notice them, you forgive quickly because your love can do no wrong. As it turns out, it is correct about one thing. Love is a drug. It drives us insane, but it also brings us joy. Love is thrilling. It's addictive, perplexing, and strange. So, cheers to love, our biggest nightmare as well as our best buddy. Thanks for watching.